Well, hello and welcome. Happy Saturday. This is Theresa, and I thought I'd just log in for a little Saturday craft and chat session, making some more of these file folders that I've been playing with today. So, as you can see, I have a prototype. In fact, I have several. This is one of my favorites. And then that one. And then this one. Which one was it? It wasn't so much. Maybe it was this one. I would probably trim off the tab on that one. One of these had too big of a rounded bottom. I think it was this one, but it's not real bad. So what I learned is that I don't like to use the my corner puncher. Whoa. My crocodile corner chomper. Even the smallest setting, the 1/4 inch, was too much for my liking. So I like to use this, which came with my laminator. And I've seen these on other people's YouTube videos a lot. So I don't know if everybody can only get them with laminators, but I love this little thing a lot. Okay, so I like to put a little paper clip on it to keep it closed. And then I had some ideas for stuffing them. And because I had a little story in mind for this one, I thought to myself that I would like some digital images of a Bible. Out of all my digital kits for ephemera, none of them have an image of a Bible. I mean, just what I have, but I have a lot. So what does that say? I'll just leave the question hanging there. Let's go ahead and get started. I've got some tabs cut out. So I like to, let's talk about the tabs. Well, first of all, let's talk about what I used. For original ephemera, I used my educational cards, of which I do have for sale in my Ko-fi shop at a very reasonable price. And these things are really yummy. They are glossy on this side, but not super glossy, not annoying glossy. And they are less glossy, if glossy at all, probably a little tiny bit on this side, but you can write on this side very easily. And what I like about using these to make these file folders is, in the past, using these cards for different things for ephemera as a substrate, I always begrudged the fact that this cool information had to be covered up. I don't need my mouse anymore. I'm going to move that out of the way. Anyways, but with this project, I can have all this cool information not covered up, and it can still be an educational piece, which I love. So this is one of my favorite things. I lost my paper clip. I took it off, but I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. Funny how these things can blend in. Okay, so let's talk about, so we got the educational cards that we're using to make these. I have some paper clips. I have a We Are Memory Keepers tab punch. And I'm using Scorched Timber to ink. And I'm using Barely Art glue to glue. And then I have some tabs cut out, and there's some little pictures here that I might use as well for embellishing and decorating. All right, now I can move this stuff out of the way. And what I do is I take the card and I turn it over and I turn it upside down after I ink it. So how's everybody doing today? It's been a good, productive week for me. My husband and I are a little bummed out today because we were supposed to start our journey back to Idaho today, but we are not able to. We're stuck here in Arizona until a part comes in for the truck, because my husband does a lot of preventative maintenance. He's a longtime mechanic for automobiles and motorcycles, and he knows how to upkeep his vehicles and to take care of them. Well, he took the truck into Jiffy Lube here in Arizona, Yuma, Arizona, and that was to have the oil changed. Well, somehow the person who was working on the truck, or a person that was working on the truck, I wasn't there, grabbed hold of some wires underneath the truck that were connected to something, and when he did that, it blew a system in the truck. Now, I'm trying to say this as accurately as I possibly can. My husband can tell you spot on what the names of the parts and everything were. And anyways, as a result of this, he blew a fuse, I think is how you would accurately describe it. And it shorted out that system, that part. It was like a small brain for different things for the air conditioning. And so that part has the whole part. It's like a whole system. You can't just, it's not just a bolt or, some little piece that can be put back in there to plug in to those wires or have those wires plugged back into. The whole system needs to be ordered, and it is like $1,700, and it takes 10 to 11 days for it to get here. Well, the cost is not an issue for us because Jiffy Lube is responsible, and they have contracted with a local mechanic shop here in Yuma, Arizona. Oh, I also need a bone folder for this project to remedy the situation. So I think the part has been on order for about 3 or 4, maybe 5 days. And so hopefully next week sometime it will come in, and hopefully we'll be able to leave by next weekend to get back to Idaho. So the way that I like to do this is I like the picture side to be out, and I fold it so that the picture is right side up. It'll be upside down back there, but to me this is the important part. And what's nice about this is I've been using this line right here to try and get this folded straight. This paper does crack a little bit when it's folded, but I'll deal with that if that becomes a problem by putting some washi tape on it or something like that. So we've got that part all done. Now we need to ink a tab, and I like to fold these this way so that there's text instead of a picture. Yep, so as soon as we can get the air conditioning working in the truck, we will be out of here. But we have to stay here and wait for it to happen because Jiffy Lube is responsible and paying for it, so it has to be resolved here, which has been really hard for us to not get anxious about. So I've been trying to be conscientious about where I put these tabs in case I want to use all these file folders for myself, like one here, then in the middle, then on this side. But anyways, it's been difficult to not be anxious about all this because, as you know, I'm looking forward to getting back to Idaho so I can meet my new granddaughter for the first time. And we have reservations. I mean, we're supposed to leave here by the last day of the month because we pay a monthly fee at this park. And then we have reservations in Homedale for the next park. So working through those logistics, and fact is I planned on this weekend to go because I like to travel Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to minimize any hello Lucretia and welcome. I like to do the weekend so I can minimize any effect on my business for work. Okay, so we fold the card, and that one I feel like is a little higher, but no, it's not. And then put a paper clip here. So, but yeah, I'm really anxious to get to Idaho to be able to meet that new granddaughter. She actually is supposed to be getting surgery in probably the first or second week of May. So I was hoping to be in Idaho when that happened. And now I'm thinking that I maybe want to fold those up a little bit more. So let's do that on the next one. So this one, I'm going to fold it up to this line instead of the bottom line. I just love doing it like this because you can read all the educational information. You can see the copyright of these cards. It's just really cool doing file folders for these. I mean, you could turn this into a pocket and you wouldn't have to glue it. Oh, thank you, Lucretia. That is wonderful of you. I really appreciate that. But could turn this into a sort of a pocket by putting paper clips on both sides. I don't want to glue it because I want to be able to read the information on the inside, and then could still put a tab on there. Could use, oops, not that tab, like that. Open it up so I can ink it. So this Destructs Oxide Scorched Timber ink is new to me. I just purchased it. And I decided to start doing my inking with it and see how I like that. Because previously I used Vintage Photo. The gnat buzzing my face. Hey, you're interfering with my artistic flow, gnat. Okay, this one I'm going to use as a pocket slash file folder. Oops, I wanted to put the tab on first. So this is relatively easy thing to mass make. Might have been helpful for me to go take a look at how much I have these priced for in my Ko-fi shop for anybody who's might be interested. But these things are such an awesome substrate because they're not real thick, but they are pretty sturdy. Thick enough to be pretty sturdy. And they are, let's see, they're 1980, so 20 plus 25, so they're 50 years old. Is that vintage? I always have to go look at the chart. Okay, that one's fun. And I do really like it folded up more than that. I mean, more than these. I would like these folded up more. So to me, this size right here is just perfect. So let me take a look here real quick. I hate when I open my paper clips upside down, then I lose the separation. Oh, that's bad. Paper clips, throwing paper clips all over the place. Okay, I was going to look at the price. So in the description, there is a link to my Ko-fi shop, and in my shop, there are Ephemera educational cards de-stash, and I have them listed for $10 for 50 pieces. Wait, 50 plus pieces. So I'm gonna edit that right now because I haven't been getting a bite on that. So I'm gonna put, maybe people don't want to buy that much at one time. I'm gonna put those down to 25, and I'm gonna put them down to $5. And let's see, I'll do 6 and include shipping. $6, and that includes shipping. The shipping is going to be, unless I can figure out a cheap way to send them, shipping is going to be $4 and some cents. So I want to get $3 at least. So let's put this at 4 plus 3, 7. Let's put it at $7.50, and that will include shipping. Whoa, I put $77.50. Nobody would buy them for that. Okay. No shipping price. Save changes. Okay. We'll see if anybody likes that idea. But be sure to go over and follow my Ko-fi shop, because I tried to put some real deals in there for people. That's all I'm going to do for file folders right now. I've been playing with them, so I've got 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if anybody wants to buy file folders already made, just reach out to me. Let me know how much you think that would be worth. Keeping in mind that there would be shipping. I mean, I could probably, let's see. These are the same size as a greeting card. Oh my gosh. I could mail these for a stamp. So what is it, 2 ounces? So I could mail probably, I think stamps are 2 ounces, isn't it? Let's see. So with the paper clip on them, that right there is 0.9 ounces. So I could, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, let's just work this out. I think I can get 10 in an envelope. Seven, 8, 9, and 10. Where am I at? I'm at 1.2. Of course, I don't have the paper clips on, but they're not very heavy. And I don't have the tabs on yet. So 10 is 1.5. And let's see what it says. Whoa. How many ounces for first class mail? Oh, wow. Maximum weight for first class mail letters is 3.5 ounces. Okay, that's even better than what I thought. So I could definitely do 10. Let's see. Turn this back on. Sorry guys, if I don't do this when I'm thinking about it, I could do 15. So I'm probably going to forget. So if you were interested in the folders, I would do those 15 quantity for $2. And you would just need to reach out to me via email, and Is my email in the description? Let me double check. Description. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Ko-fi, and yes, my email is in the description. So just reach out to me via email if you're interested in these 15 file folders pre-made with tabs and paper clips for, I said, $2, and that would go in a regular greeting card. Well, boy, stamps are very expensive nowadays, aren't they? Okay, $2.50. I've been wanting to buy, like, what are those markers, the expo markers that you write and you can erase? Because I think I could use an expo marker to write on here and erase. I've been wanting to do that because I thought that would be a great way to write down notes for things that I don't want to forget. So what else has been happening for me today? My husband stopped in a thrift store. He went out grocery shopping and he stopped in a thrift store and he bought these and brought them home to me. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I'm still battling with a nap. Okay, let's put my pin in my glue before it dries up. So I thought that I would show some things that I'm working on. I've been playing with my planner journal. This is my own personal planner journal. I'm going to take a drink. I have a tickle. And this personal planner journal is just a delight to me because when I look at it, it brings back memories. For instance, this is Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper because I used Stampin' Up!, but I was also a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I bought a lot of the stuff. This is some product that I bought from, well, this material and this trim is product that I bought from Onette with Onette's Crafting Corner. This is something that I made with Stampin' Up! Stuff. This is just some fabric that I stamped on. And some old ads out of, I don't know, that kind of feels like cardstock. I don't know where I got those from. These are some buttons I ordered off of Amazon. When I open it up, I have some ledger paper. Ooh, got warm in here. Oh, is that attached? No, it's just stuck in there. Just fun things that I've made. I have just some fun things that I have prepped, which I'll never find them there, so that's not really a good place to have them. But this is one of my vellum bags that I have listed. in my Ko-fi shop, or I use these to package like the whale tails. When I send those out, if someone purchases them, these are my tax payments, my tax payment slip for quarterly taxes. And this is some more ledger paper that I wrote an index for. So all my pages are numbered. So like on page 23, there's RV flush info. That's somebody that we've used for our RV. Page 18 has a prayer card, vintage map, and glossy. Just makes it easy to find things in my book. It's a bullet journal style technique. What am I doing here? Oh, so these are tabbed for months. So something that I decided was, okay, this month is April. I started this planner in 2024 and I started using it for some things. Well, the thing is I still can go back to April. April is for anything that's April. And when there's no more writing space in here, then I'm out of luck and I can't put anything more in here. But like, you know, there's a lot of space for writing. This is the, what is this? The May tab? Is that still April? No, that's May. That's the May tab. So I also added some extra paper in here for notes and stuff. Now it's kind of chunky right now, but that's just because I have a project stuffed in here for today. So when I take that out, it's not too terribly chunky at all. It's very manageable. I can hold that in one hand. And when I can hold something in one hand with my hands, that says a lot to me. That feels comfortable to me. So we'll get away from the planner now. I could talk about it all day long probably, but I just really like one thing before I finish talking about it is last year in April, I have a note here that says April 13, 24, start to actively use this journal. And today I was looking at some things and I thought, oh, I'm going to take a picture of those scrappy strips that I made using the Tattered Bunny kit by Louisa Heinzel. I wanted to memorize that in this book. And so then I wrote a note, 4/26/25 today, came up with idea to actively use this journal by posting pics of projects with notes. So there's one place I did that. I thought I did 2 pictures. Yeah. And then this is my Tattered Bunny journal that I put a picture of here in, and I put a note. I got the military laundry pin from an exchange with Anne, and then this is my Tattered Bunny journal. Yeah, so I was really excited. Oh, and I got another picture over here. This is from Louisa's card making series. I made these. So I'm very excited about using this, and I just love the different things that I did to it. Sometimes when I look some of my older journals, I'm like, oh, I don't like that, and I'll tear it out and stuff. But this one, I was very happy with everything that I did to it. Okay, so right now, in the Line Dot Arrow Facebook group, Nathalie is offering a huge freebie. And it is some film strips, which I printed out. And I tried to print them on some laminating sheets that I have. Well, most people probably know you can't print on laminating sheets because the ink is just going to smear right off. I didn't have any label sheets. I have printed on label sheets, Avery label sheets before, and it's worked just fine. But this smeared and was not going to dry. So what I did was I took a second laminating sheet and I covered it over. So then when I tear this off, I'll see how it worked. I have an example of how it worked here. Okay, right here. I was just taking some notes on stuff. But down here is where some of the stuff printed, and it's doing what I think I wanted it to do, because that is on top of that print, that writing right there, and you can see the writing perfectly through it. So that is what I want, is the transparency of it. Okay, now, where did I get that idea? Last night I was watching a Seventh Plaza video, and she has her own kit that has film strips. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And she printed hers off on sticker paper, on label sticker paper that's transparent. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. And at the same time, I remembered that Nathalie has a free kit of this stuff. Not as many sheets and not as many different sizes, and all of that. But I had it. I had already downloaded the images, and it was free. So use what you got. So if you're not already a member of the Line Dot Arrow Facebook group, Nathalie puts out a lot of super wonderful freebies. So it might behoove you to consider joining that group. Now, in the screenshot in your, on the video on your screen, you can see all the air bubbles, but I'm thinking that those will dissipate even more after I place one of these. So which one do I want to play with? I'm hesitant to play with them because, first of all, I don't have a place that I want to put them yet. What do I have? What do I have? It's got a good background for it to experiment with this, because I don't want to waste it. This was a huge effort. Okay, I'm starting to think of something. I could take, this is just a piece of photomat cardstock, or no, this is Whisper White cardstock from Stampin' Up. I could take something like this, yeah. Oh, this is scary because I don't want to waste my effort. That right there so I can see my positioning. So I'm going to put that right there. And I need a little person. Too big. That's a good size right there. That's too big. How about just a little butterfly? Is that too big? Pretty much, but we're going to go with it. I'm so nervous because this is an experiment. And I don't have a clue how this is going to turn out. Well, I kind of have a clue because of how the other one turned out that I showed you in my journal, my planner. I love making planner journals. I love it. They're my favorite journals to make. I have a beautiful one in my shop that is made with vintage tapestry on the cover that I purchased from Italy. And used a Tracy Fox digital for it. Now, I need a pokey tool. Okay, I still see the bubbles. I don't know if you guys can see them. I'm shaking even more because it's tremors and I'm nervous. Because I don't want to waste this. But yeah, the translucency is awesome. I could have put that down a bit more, but like I said, I was nervous. But I'm very happy. Excuse me. This came out really cool. I don't mind that the ink smeared like that because I think that looks cool. Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm wondering, I think I'm going to turn this into like a little tuck spot or almost kind of want to do a little booklet. So I think I'm going to do, okay, I'm not going to cut any more off. I'm just going to score so this is about 8 inches. So I'm going to score this at 4 inches. I think that's crooked over there. 4 inches. 3, 4. This would make a cool greeting card too. Now, I want trim off that excess, and this is crooked. Where'd you put it? Right here. All right, that should be even. Fun. Yeah, so this could be a little card, or it could be a little notebook in a junk journal. But lots of almost got that gnat. Darn. He is just flying in my face something fierce. Like he's on a mission. Well, I am so sorry for the huge interruption with me trying to kill a gnat. But I just know he wants to fly up my nose. And that is not my idea of a good time. Yeah, so many fun things could be done with this. But there's a lot of pictures in the freebie. There's some labels. There's some frames. I just made these bigger. This is the normal size. And so, yeah, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for chatting with me, Lucretia. I like the film strips too. And I hope everybody has a great day. And I hope to see you tomorrow for the Crafting Around the House mini series that I'm doing. And tomorrow, just to give you a little heads up about what that is, I have to go look at my notes because I have a memory like a, what is that word? Sieve? Crafting Around the House. Oh, I almost got it. So big, I can't believe I missed it. Let's see, where am I at? Gotta find my note. Well, goodness. I don't know where I put my note. Let me see if I can do a search. House. Oh. Well, let me think for just a second if I can remember what it is. Let's see, I've done coffee, I've done masking tape, I've done drywall tape. Yep, I'm gonna have to search more for that list because my brain is, there's no activity. So y'all have a great day and watch for that video tomorrow.